So there's a big revolt. Like if there's a way for us to all stop being members of the National Association of Realtors, I'd do it in a heartbeat. So the NAR president resigned after 29 accusations of sexual harassment, discrimination. So this was kind of a big one, but then you get into the details of it. They spent $46,048,778 to a marketing group. They gave $8,175,000 to Zip Forms, which is Lone Wolf. $4.5 million to video services. They pay themselves pretty handsomely as well. The CEO makes $2,522,000 a year. Their SVP makes $985,000 a year. The president makes $300 grand, but they're also pilfering a lot of this money that they're paying these guys back into their own pockets. So there's just a bunch of corrupt motherfuckers, and they suck the money out of our pockets, and this is what they spend it on. So there's a big revolt. Like if there's a way for us to all stop being members of the National Association of Realtors, I'd do it in a heartbeat. It's a corrupt organization that does absolutely nothing for us. Well, the only thing that they do, I take that back. They're a bunch of corrupt pieces of shit, but the one thing they have done is they've protected the mortgage interest deduction. That's about it. In most brokerages, you have to be a member of the National Association of Realtors to even be a member of the brokerage. You have to be a member of NAR to have access to the MLS. You can be a real estate agent, but you would not have access to the MLS. They've built the structure in such a way that they're at the center of it, so they get to collect money from all these real estate agents and then can do whatever the f they want. I mean, 29 allegations of sexual harassment and discrimination. The freaking president of the National Association of Realtors, this woke organization that doesn't allow you to say master bedroom anymore. And the top of the heap is an absolute like racist pile of shit, racist, sexist pile of shit. Are you kidding me? But if you look at the business model, it's pretty interesting. Let's look at like Keller Williams, for example. So these guys always said when I was at Keller that EXP is a flash in the pan because you cannot exist on a revenue sharing model. You can only exist on a profit sharing model, because if you share revenue and you don't make any profit, then you could potentially have massive losses. So this is Keller Williams worldwide, okay? So what you had here locally, this went to the broker owner of the business, your $18,000 cap. And on top of that, you had your franchise fee. This goes to the broker owner. This goes to Keller Williams corporate. So for each Keller Williams agent in their world, KW corporate makes $3,000 from them as a franchise fee. And I think that's a 6% deal. So you pay your local market center, $18,000, $21,000, whatever. I think it's 10 now. So the guys that own the market centers, this is what they make, but they have to use that to pay the front office staff, rent or mortgage, property maintenance, errors and omissions insurance, have a principal broker. So you got to have a lot of these to make sense. But KW corporate, they only made $3,000, right? But EXP, they don't have this top line, doesn't exist there because it's one company. It's not a bunch of franchises. And so they're on the average like single agent pays $16,000, and all of that $16,000 goes to EXP. See the difference? $3,000 goes to KW, $16,000 goes to EXP. Is it fair that these guys can take half of their revenue and share it back and still be twice as profitable, 3 times as profitable as Keller Williams? So that's how the EXP model can work. But Keller Williams is a multi-billion dollar company worth just an astronomical amount of money. And all they do is they take a little bit from every agent. Right, just like the National Association of Realtors, they just take $1,000. Every single realtor has to pay that, say $1,500 into the system. And there's 4 million realtors. So just think about the power of getting a little bit from a lot of people is kind of the point. So it was just interesting because it brought me to the whole Keller Williams thing, like how, and it's true, right? Like how can you share revenue? Well, if you make 6 times as much, it's pretty easy to split revenue with the people that help build the organization instead of the 3.